I just want to ask you this question. Do you think that student loans should be erased? Or do you think that these students should continue to pay on these student loans because it was their choice and they should pay for them? Welcome again, viewers. My name is Ray Woods, channel Crab Out the Bucket. On this channel, I educate and teach everybody from my past mistakes through financial education, mindset, business, and career growth. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's going to pop up on the screen somewhere, and then smash the notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I'm coming out with more quality content. Boy, oh boy, this is about to be a logical / emotional response to this video. Probably crazy. And you know what? I think I'm going to be paying and marketing this video because this message needs to get out there. This is one of my favorite topics, and you know, I posted this on Facebook some time ago and people went crazy. Everybody was going crazy, whether it been emotion, whether it been logical, whether people agree with me, disagree with me. And the status I said was stimulus check should be proof that student loans can be erased. And this video is specifically really for early millennials who went to school back in like 2001 or even before that, or maybe around 2008 or somewhere around there, when there wasn't really much information out there to help people funding with school, and also potentially the baby boomers who went to college as well, because this is what they was taught. So this video is primarily for that age range of people, and even, you know, the Gen Z. You know, the Gen Z, you can learn something from this video, so you be aware, so you don't make the same mistakes I did and others did without even knowing it. I think that the student loan should be forgiven. I think they should all be wiped completely. I think they should be zeroed out. Delete all this shit! And a lot of people are going to disagree with me, right? Now, there's a simple point to this, a very, very simple point. The fact that the feds can print money and bail out all these big companies, bail out people with billions of dollars and trillions of dollars and spending all this money on a bunch of bailouts, should be enough to tell you that you should be able to bail out the student loans. If they print their stimulus check, they was able to fix water in Flint, Michigan. If they print out the stimulus check, they was able to, you know, save these people from different situations where it be like homeless people or whatever the case may be. But whenever I start yelling about forgiving student loan debt, everybody goes crazy. But no one says nothing about bailing out the companies. Nobody trips over that. Because whenever they bail out the companies, us taxpayers, us hard workers, we got to pay for their mistakes. We got to pay for their mistakes, but nobody says anything. Nobody wants to say anything. Oh, well, it's your fault. You the one who went to college. It's your choice. You the one should be paying for the student loan debt. You shouldn't be forgiving it. I went to school and I paid money for it. Why you need to get it for free? Again, say that to the companies. You don't say that to the companies, but you want to say that to the students when they don't even know anything about money. So me, I just want to know what's the difference. What's the difference from bailing out student loan debt and bailing out these big companies? What's the difference? Donald Trump had a bailout. JP Morgan had a bailout. Wells Fargo should be shut down creating fake accounts and fake money. They still here. So what's the issue? What's the difference? One of the disputes I had was, hey, okay, if that's the case, then if you can have your student loans forgiven, what if I pay for college? What if I pay for school? I had the cash to pay for school. What if I pay for that? Does that mean I get a refund? Well, no, my short answer is no, because you had the resources and you had the finances and the paper and the money to be able to pay for your schooling versus some of these other individuals. Now, no one knows the full statistics, so I like to say 50-50. I like to say 50-50 because nobody knows who had a choice or who didn't have a choice. Because you have some parts of this United States of America where people do not have a choice due to the environment, due to the circumstances. You got people that's from the hood, for example, that don't have time to be worried about how I'm going to pay for funding for school when the only thing they need to be worried about is if they're going to live when they walk out that door or not. And when people hit me with this, you know, well, it's their choice, it's their choice. Every other single excuse that you have or dispute that you have, it's irrelevant to me. It's irrelevant because you don't say anything about the bailouts. Somebody did say this, right? They said, well, I don't think the bailouts is right. Okay, well, the bailouts are happening. So what are you going to do about it? So go ahead and let the student loan forgiveness happen. Let them zero it out. They've already proposed it. You know, they're proposing second stimulus checks. They're proposing forgiving student loan debt, which, I mean, of course, to shorten this video, We already know that's not going to happen. Too many people are going to lose money that's way up at the top, the Illuminati, right? So we already know that's not going to happen. But it's the same thing. They bailing out them. Why not bail out us? Now, check this out. I want to, again, try to make this unbiased. And this information I got from multiple government sites, multiple statistical sites on all the numbers as far as student loan debt, how many people got it, how much money people making, the average expenses, all these different type of things, right? I want to go into the numbers. And if you're not familiar with me going to the numbers, I'll put a card up here in the video because I did make a video on talking about how college is one of the biggest scams, which got some pretty good hits that tells you and break down the numbers as far as how much it costs to go to school, the interest, and all these different things. But let's get into these numbers right here. I want to tell you the positives of erasing student loan debt. Okay, I want to tell you that. So we got about $1.6 trillion in student loan debt. Okay, in the U.S., about 44 million people have these student loan debts. That's 44 million that has the student loan have all this $1.6 trillion. So 1.6 in student loan debt. 44 million have it. That's about $36,000 per person on average that have student loan debt in their household. Now, each loan, let's just assume that, well, I can't say assume, but the average interest rate that I saw was like 4.29% at 10 years. That's about $382 a month. Now, that's not even getting into if I even get to touch the principal within those 10 years. I may just be paying on interest the whole entire time. Now, these kids today, depending on what degree, but average degree, the general college graduate is making about $3,100 a month. Okay. And people would be like, man, that's some good money. You know, I'm making $3,100. Yeah, it was probably good money in 1960, but that don't matter anymore, right? If you look at the average rent is about $1,100 because kids, unless they got some type of financial education background or they got their parents helping, they ain't buying a house. They ain't paying a mortgage. They paying for rent. So rent gonna be about $1,100. You already down to $2,000, right? From $3,100. Now, let's look at all the different expenses. You got $2,000 left. You got to pay for your food. You got to pay for your gas. You got to pay for utilities. You got to pay for phone. You got to pay for insurance. You got to pay for your kids if you have any. You got to pay for daycare because you got to go to work if you have kids. And then you got to add on top of that loan payment. And then you got to pay for your car. And then you got to pay maybe for any other expenses. And after all that's calculated, more than likely you're either probably negative and you have to pull out a loan to try to pay for some stuff, pay some debt down, or you tapping into some credit, or you just negative and you losing money and you probably borrowing money from somebody. Or you could potentially even be breaking even. You know, you may have to go down into a lower scale apartment where you paying $800-900, but now you're hitting the lower scale. And do people that got out of a situation that they used to be in, the reason they went to college to get a better life, do they really want to go back into that type of lifestyle where it's dangerous? They don't want to do that. So you're going to at least pay the average rent, which is about $1,100. Okay, so don't forget, you got taxes, you got inflation, and you got the interest against you. You have taxes, inflation, and interest that's against you. And you're trying to tell me that we shouldn't zero out these student loans? Look at the numbers. Numbers don't lie. They're killing students. They're literally killing students. You have student loan debt. You got student loan debt that is more than the freaking subprime mortgage debt. It's ridiculous. You got people who are grown that are buying houses that can potentially cost more than a lot of schools. But school debt is still in more debt than it is the houses. It's crazy, man. It doesn't make any sense. But people want to say don't forgive it. Okay, let's keep the pros going, right? Here's some more pros of erasing this debt. If you get rid of this debt, you're going to put more money in people's pockets. Guess what that's going to lead to? People spending more money for your products, for your services, to increase the revenue of these other businesses to keep the economy going. People are not going to be scared to spend money because they barely got any. Guess what else is going to happen? Their credit is going to go up a little bit. Now, I say a little bit because when it comes to something like a student loan, if you miss a payment, it's going to destroy your credit. You can go down 100, 150, 200 points. You'll never see, you can miss one payment. You'll never see any type of good mortgage rates. Even if they even allow you to get the loan, you'll never see none of them being able to give you a loan because your credit shot from your student loans. Okay? Your credit goes up. Guess what you get to do? You get to pull more credit. You get to spend more money. You get to buy more products or services. You get to boost the economy even more. you got people happy. And then understand this, if we all know that none of this is going to be forgiven, right? Because the top people, they're going to be losing all kind of money. Well, we ain't doing that because, we ain't trying to get these people out to slave. We want to keep people in bondage, right? We want to keep them there. And here's the thing is, these people don't understand they could potentially make more money and get their money back within some years if everybody had their debt forgiven and they was able to spend more money through these big top companies that they wouldn't even have to bail out because people got money to spend money for it. You see what I mean? So when you got everybody making money together, you can rotate the money like crazy and everybody making money together. And everybody's living stress-free. But, that's not what they want. They want to keep you down. They want to keep you stressing. And they don't care about the money. But those people make the money back faster. You see what I'm saying? The cycle is like this. And I learned this from going to college, right? I went to college. I went to a community college for 2 years. I went to university for 5 years. And I won't say the name of the school because I don't know, they may come after me and snipe me or something. But you can figure out what school I went to just by going through my profile or whatever. And whenever I went there, here's what I realized. You got these rich people that become alumni. They graduated from the college. They had money to get into the school. Maybe it was paid off. Maybe they played sports. I don't know. Maybe they had good grades. Who knows? Okay. Either way, they had a way to pay for school. They get out. They become alumni. Those alumni are going to donate the money to the college. And they're making millions. They know about financial education. They know about investing. They know about credit. They know about all these different things. When other people are just trying to work and make a little more money. They're going to donate all this money to the school. Guess what they get? A tax write-off. They get a tax write-off for donating the money to the college. Guess what the college is going to do with that money more than likely? They're going to take that money and then they're going to end up buying better technology. They're going to build more dorms. They're going to build more stuff on campus. They're going to be able to increase some of the food that they have. Then guess what else they're going to be able to increase? Your meal plan, your room and board, your tuition, your books. You're going to buy a book for $300. You're going to trade it in for $5. They're going to be able to end up raising the price on a bunch of other different things. And now everything's more expensive. And all the stuff that they paid to boost the price of their school, it's all a tax write-off. Because why? School is a business. If you didn't already know the thing, school is a business. Now, guess who suffers? The students. Because now it starts to shrink or eliminate middle-class people who are working hard, can scrape up some money to go to school, maybe have to pull out a loan to go to school. It's pushing them out. Poor people, they ain't even going to be able to go to a decent college to get a decent education. It's just going to be the rich people in there if everything keeps boosting up. But we don't want to forgive student loans. I don't know what else to say. You see the facts. You see the data. What else you want me to do? Hey, look, I'm just a messenger. I try not to put emotion into it. You're always going to have some emotion, right? I don't even want to, in this video, I didn't even want to kind of put any of my personal situations because we got into that. Oh boy, I got some stories to tell you all if I had got into that about how corrupt the school system is. But I will say this. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know, do you think the student loan should be forgiven? Do you think that things should be erased? And think of it from a logical standpoint. Try to leave emotion out because, again, I bring it back to the simple point. If bailouts can happen for companies and these big name people and these private investors and we have to pay taxes for it, why can't we bail out the student loan debt? I don't see why. And I would say this, if you bail out the student loan debt, make the structure, the infrastructure of paying for school better. Make it to where people have to even qualify to get these funds, and then teach some of the stuff in high school about financial education, about loans, about interest, about how you can go about getting scholarships. People are quick to give money, just to give money to people who don't understand money. Why? Because they know they can put them they can start them from farther on the field before they can get to the end zone. They know they can put them at a disadvantage whenever they give them money when they know they shouldn't be using debt to try to go to school. All these other countries get free schooling. They could take a test and you got free schooling. Places like Kyrgyzstan, places like Canada, places like that, Germany, that their school, their whole system is made to where they can go to school and they can get educated without having to go in tons of debt. It's crazy. Everything's a freaking business. Have some type of some type, not everything, some type of socialist approach when it comes to things like healthcare or education. If you look at grabs for taxes, most of our taxes go to things like healthcare and defense. Education was like 3% that I saw. And people wonder why Americans are so damn stupid. That's the end of my video. If you liked the video, smash that thumbs up. If you didn't, smash that thumbs down. Comment. Shit's crazy, man. Shit is crazy.